Hello dear friends, and thank you for coming along to this video. My name is Paul Murphy, and this is one of a series of recitals from the hardback expanded edition of Compromise Not Pictured, which is out today, the 15th of July 2023. I had intended not to put any diversification in these videos, but I feel I must, because I'm hoping this is an awkward one to do, because obviously I've got two young children that, well, they don't see these videos, but when they grow up they will see them. And, you know, I don't want to ruin anyone's day, but so I make these videos for my children to see somewhere down the line. And I also make them because I've been getting all my lyrics anthologized and put into a series of lyric books to go with my comedy books and my children's titles and my factual music books. And the idea was that the videos would remain behind should anything happen to me. Shh. We've got, I tried to put some ambiance here. There's a raging storm going on outside, so I've opened the window because I thought that might add some atmosphere to the kind of pieces that these are. The only trouble is there's like a hurricane blowing in through here, and the door's moving, and it's moving paper and lights and everything like that around. And I've got a very cold, wet neck as well. Well, one must suffer before it's art. I had hoped that the videos would stay behind to promote the books, which would stay on sale on Amazon and the other agencies that I've given Amazon permission to subcontract them out to. The idea being to provide a stream of income for my children for the next 10 years until they hit 18. Now, this is pertinent. It's amazing how solicitors promise you everything in extremely ambiguous terms until you've signed on the dotted line and the check is cleared, or in this case the ATM payment. And then it's very strange. So prior to making a new will with a firm of solicitors, promised me that they weren't going to be as, what shall we say, disingenuous. I should have been a diplomat. In the songs, which are story songs, I may be a little bit more caustic stroke honest, delete as applicable. And then I was like, oh, well, we don't know if we can maintain this, and the bank accounts will have to end, and so therefore there's no way to pay the royalties, and blah 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 blah. So the reason I'm mentioning that is twofold. One, because when I did some readings from the Bitter Realities book, and two people, admittedly that's 2 people out of 200, said, well, you know, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm paraphrasing there. But of course the Bitter Realities book was written about the people that I knew when I was homeless. So when I write about teenage girls being forced into prostitution to pay for drug habits, I do know what I was talking about, because I lived in flat... I'm getting angry, I'm so sorry. I lived in flat 3 Chester House, and the poor girl lived in flat 6, just one up above there. And we would hear, as we sat down in Steve's flat down below, the clump, clump, clump of this endless stream of man, old enough to be her father, who probably had daughters the same as she was, going up there. And then we would hear the cars pulling up and the dealers coming out. And so I do know what I'm talking about. And so when I'm telling you that if you're disabled in this country and you don't have any next of kin and you're relying on solicitors, you really need to nail them down. I've got some video that I don't know if I am allowed to upload onto YouTube. You just have to take my word for it. And the other, so, and there's a lot of that material in here, because this book contains some songs that were found recently in the Lost Lyric Files from 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, when I was doing my well, you know, everyone calls it protest songs, but it's not. They're social commentaries, you know, they're documentaries. You know, my songs are like mini documentaries. You won't find too many choruses. And if you've gone through the 1,000 songs I've got on YouTube, you won't find, you know, they don't have choruses. They're narrative works and stuff. And of course, and I actually found this, that was taken by my manager at the time. Managers, shall I tell you about managers? And I'll look after your lyrics for you, Paul, and the next day you go into the recording studio and he pulls them out and there's a copyright symbol and his name's on there, along with mine. I think, well, you know, I kind of remember being, anyway, I'm sorry, I'm going off message. So I know what I'm talking about, and these songs are there to highlight those things. And maybe looking on a neighbour if you've got someone a bit vulnerable in your street, and just make sure not only they've got some food in the cupboard, and just listen to them or talk to them, but make sure that, you know, that their paperwork is in order. You know, again, I have to be careful how I word this. But, you know, a gardener isn't suddenly turning up when you haven't booked him, and you can hear a lawn being mown, and you think, oh, someone's having their lawn done, and then someone walks in and you find it's your lawn done, and they're holding their hand out for £55. You know, I didn't know you were coming. I didn't actually go. Well, it's been 3 weeks. Yeah, but I'll call you. Can you imagine if barbers operated on the same theory? You know, you didn't turn up for you know, you didn't book an appointment, so you're sitting there watching the TV one night, and all of a sudden a barber comes in and, you know, cuts your hair while you're watching TV. What's going on here? Well, you didn't call, but it's been 3 weeks. I've gone around and, you know, shaved you or something. You know, oh, could have been worse. You know, you could have been having a dinner party and you suddenly get a bikini wax or something. Okay, I've gone off message, and the fact is I'm not going to be able to do the song or the lyric I was going to do, which is Look From This Time See. I'll talk about the hardback edition a bit then. So I've kept it as bleak as possible, you know. Well, here you go. Here's 40 years for you. But in the hardback edition, I'm reproducing, I hope this comes out on the screen, okay. Reproducing some of the original handwritten lyrics. I just caught sight of the light bouncing off my glasses, and it looked like I was one of the X-Men with Starfire laser beams coming out. Emily and Dylan, I've dug out some cards and everything from your friends and everything that you. I'm wherever you're to in the world today, because I know that you're not in England anymore. You're in my heart. Okay, so I'm going to do this one here, which is How Much I Love You, which I'm very surprised to find. You know, a lot of these things, these songs, I hate to call them things, they don't have dates on them, so I've kind of had to work out when I wrote it by my handwriting, till I got into the habit of putting some things on there. And I've also, in the back of the book, there's an essay, and I've done some note-by-note songs. I know a lot of people find that the stories behind the songs are sometimes, you know, they read that twice rather than only listen to me recite the song once. So this was just an out-and-out love song, and according to notes written on the back of it, I wrote it backstage at a gig. This was when I wasn't playing live, so I'm assuming that I wrote this one for another band to do. I used to do that a lot, and I wasn't very popular, really, you know, because, you know, they say, oh, well, we're playing at so-and-so. You want to come along? So I'd come along backstage, you know, and I'd be listening to them, you know. I won't mention them, but hi, Chris, I won't mention your band names. Goodness, Woody, I'm trying to think now that. Not the F. Hughes, the other girl with Paul. That band there. Sorry, that was just a personal reminiscence there. Well, these are all personal reminiscences, aren't they? They're not yours, so. And I'd sit there and I'd be, oh yeah, you know, they sort of come off intermission. I'd be like, hey, I've just written a song for you, you know. Want to go out and sing something good, you know. Anyway, so I don't know, but maybe it was just. Maybe I just saw someone in the audience, you know, that I like the look of, I don't know, but that's why it was written. and it's really not what you might call a Paul Murphy song, although I could write these songs, and I believed in them. They weren't what I wanted to do. And I've structured the book here, so you've got the one that I was going to do, Look and This Time See. Track that one down. I'm not going to do it in this video. And then on the next page goes to How Much I Love You, to show the two facets there. So Look and This Time See is, I wrote both songs, but Look and This Time See was what I would put out there. And that's how I started this video, because here I am 41 years later, still kicking against injustice wherever I can. And again, I'm doing it from personal experience. I'm not trying to give you a boo-hoo-hoo story. I'm telling you, I wrote this because this is happening to me now, because I'm disabled and this do-do-do-do. Make sure it doesn't happen to you. And on the other page, I've got How Much I Love You. So, 2, 3, 4. I wish I knew just what to do. I'm losing you. I know we're through, and it's killing me. You can't disguise that you despise the many lies I had to try, but can't you see? Baby, I love you, love you, love you, love you. Oh God, how much I love you. I can't think straight without you. It's hard to say what made me stray. I wish that day would go away for the pain it's caused. You can't forget how much upset, but don't you let the memory set. You've got to see, because baby, I love you, love you, love you, love you. Baby, I love you. It's got the backing vocals parts there. That's kind of going off on the music there. I missed one word there. I think this video's gone on long enough, don't you? But anyway, you know, so even there's a kind of edge. There's a bit of pepper on top of the sandwich, you know what I mean there? You know, you can't disguise that you despise the many lies I had to try. You know what I'm talking about, all you men out there. Peace and love. Tune in to the next one.